Hey guys and gals and everything in between, I'm Ken of Armstar Games, and today we're going to be going over my bottom 10 Kanto Pokemon. Let me start by explaining first, this is my opinion obviously, and therefore it's my personal opinion. If you have a different opinion, that's fine. Secondly, I don't really dislike any Pokemon except for a few. So only like the bottom three of this list are Pokemon that I actually have an issue with as Pokemon. So otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Number 10 is Slowbro. It's a meme. Basically, that's my only thing about it. I have no real opinion either way about it, but it's on the lower side compared to other ones I'm more neutral towards. Okay, this may be a short video. Sorry if so. Next is number 9, Machamp. It's a dude with 4 arms. Yeah, he's toned, but it's a dude with 4 arms. That's it. It feels like they could have stopped at its second stage and given a third stage to a different Gen 1 Gen 1 Pokemon, and it would have been a lot better. That's just my opinion, obviously, but seriously, it's just a dude with big muscles and 4 arms. Okay. Number 8 is Electrode. The games are why I don't like it. Okay? It's a troll. It's Pokemon's version of a Mimic, which are like the most hated creatures in fantasy games ever to exist, I might add. Okay. Number 7, Seeking. It's a fish with a horn that looks worse than its pre-evolution. That's what Seeking is. Fearow. It's a bird with a long beak. Yes, I realize there's not much to these ones, but that's because these aren't the ones I have major issues with. It's just small things that bug me about these mostly. Like, a lot of them are just big animals or something else similar to it that just doesn't... Yes, I realize they were the first gen, okay? I give them some slack because of that. But there's a limit to how much. Okay. Number 5. Raticate. It's a big rat with buck teeth. That's all. It's a big rat with buck teeth. It's not even an interesting design, or concept, or color. I have to wonder if the person who designed it had a pet rat and they're like, oh cool, I'll make that into a Pokemon. And they literally just drew their rat. Number 4. Dugtrio. It's 3 Digletts. That's it. 3 Digletts. With clown noses. Like, seriously, I know they're supposed to be moles, but when I say that, I see a clown. Like a clown nose. And I have issues with clowns. Let's just say the least. I do not like clowns. And even less so as Pokemon. Now, these 3 are ones I have serious issues with. These are the bottom 3 Kanto Pokemon, in my opinion, not counting starters, or mythicals, or legendaries, because obviously those don't get included, since I want to make those on their own list. Let's just say a starter would definitely be on here from Gen 1 if they were allowed. But since they're not allowed, I can't do that. Yes, it's a self-implied rule, but so are Nuzlockes, and people enjoy those, so. Number 3, Gengar. Yep, Gengar. I don't like Gengar. I never have liked Gengar. I never will like Gengar. I don't like its Mega. I don't like its Gigamax or Gigantamax or whatever it's called. I just don't like Gengar at all. I feel like it is a downgrade to its pre-evolutions. Tell me this. Okay, I know it's supposed to be a shadow demon, but Ghastly flies. Hunter flies. Gengar does not fly. So, it's more of it doesn't follow the pattern is my issue with Gengar. If it was with a different evolutionary line, maybe it'd be okay, but I just don't like Gengar. I feel like it gets too much attention. That's pretty much it for Gengar. Okay, number 2 is Dragonite. I absolutely despise Dragonite. It's not that it's a bad Pokemon. No, it has good Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon for combat. It's a good Pokemon in the TCG. It's a interesting Pokemon to see on the show. My issue is it ruined an evolutionary line by existing. I love Dratini and Dragonair. They are amazing Pokemon. Some of the cutest Gen 1 Pokemon, honestly. And then they end up as a fat lizard. How do they go from majestic Serpentines to fat lizard with tiny wings? There is no true logic to their evolution. It'll go serpent, serpent, fat dragon. That's not how that should work. They could have done so much better. I honestly think just if they would have even kept the proper color scheme for Dratini and Dragonair on Dragonite, it might look better. I just don't like the idea of every strong Pokemon being one of 4 colors. And that's what it seems like in the early generations of the games. Yes, I realize they were limited on how many colors they could use since the limitations of the game systems and the pixel art, but still, they could have done something better. It's more like I despise Dragonite because it's such a letdown when compared to its previous generations. Like, evolutions, not generations. Generations. Yeah, evolutions, sorry. Okay, now there is one Pokemon that without a doubt should not exist. Plain and simple, its whole evolutionary lines should not exist. This Pokemon should have never been made. That being, number 1, Mr. Mime. It's not a Pokemon. It's simply not. It's a person in a costume, pretending to be a Pokemon. We've already established that in the Pokemon universe, there are people with psychic powers. So, Mr. Mime is just a person who's way too obsessed with Pokemon in a very wrong way with psychic powers that should not be in the game. There's been episodes of the anime where Ash dressed up as a Mr. Mime and tricked a freaking audience. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not a Pokemon. Plain and simple. It's some creepy dude who's obsessed with being in a costume. I mean, he even has 5 fingers. How many Pokemon do you know with 5 fingers? Other than fighting types, because they have fists. But seriously, name. I think there's like 7 or 8 maybe that I can think of off the top of my head. Mr. Mime doesn't look right. And the balls on its body look like they're cancer. Plain and simple. And the ears are tumors, I guess? No. Just no, 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 and no. Mr. Mime is not a Pokemon, and therefore should not be in the Pokédex, and therefore should have never existed. Well, I've been your host, Ken of Armstar Games. Again, please let me know in the comments below how I can improve, if you liked or disliked the video. And yeah, I hope to see you all again in the next video.